Welcome to Scholastic IQ, the game where knowledge rules. I'm your host, Ethan Neer, and we have another great show in store for you tonight with our returning champion. So let's introduce our teams. On the bottom, we have Cisne with Connor, Alex M, Alex P, and Joshua. And up top, we have Metro East, looking to defend that title with Ethan, good name, Harry, Mary, and Peter. Now, before we get into our questions, let's do a quick recap of our rules. We'll start out with some toss-up questions. Those are worth 10 points. If a team gets it right, they move on to a bonus question, which is worth 20 and can be stolen for 10. You guys are allowed to interrupt me at any time, but if you interrupt me and get a question wrong, it is 5 points for the other team, so just be right and it won't be a problem. All right, let's get into the questions. In October 2022, Alex King pled guilty to charges in the death of what man murdered when Derek Chauvin knelt on his neck in Minneapolis? Peter. George Floyd is correct. Well done. For your bonus, the so-called is out problem was discussed by what Scottish philosopher is an empiricist who wrote an inquiry concerning human understanding?
Hume.
David Hume is correct. Well done, Metro East. Next question. What explorer who captained the HMS Resolution while trying to find the Northwest Passage was killed in Hawaii on his third voyage to the Pacific? Mary.
Cook.
James Cook is correct. Well done. For your bonus, battles like Poltava and Narva were fought in what 18th century war in which Peter the Great's Russian Empire defeated Sweden?
Great Northern War.
The Great Northern War is correct. Well done. And for your next question, pencil and paper ready. What is the sale price of a shirt if the shirt costs $30 before a 20% discount was applied? Joshua.
$24.
$24 is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what term derived from the French describes the quality of a note that distinguishes different instruments, such as a violin versus a flute?
Key?
Key is incorrect. Metro East, a chance to steal.
Embouchure.
Embouchure is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was timbre. Timbre. For the next question, what day of the week called Al-Ithnain in Arabic and Deftera in Greek has names in Romance languages like Lundi that refers to the moon? Connor.
Monday?
Monday is correct. Apparently somebody was paying attention in French class. Well done. For your bonus, in anatomy, the adjective renal is used to describe things related to what organ?
Kidney?
Kidney is correct. Well done, Joshua. For your next toss-up, what general who declared that Savannah was his Christmas present for Abraham Lincoln in 1864 ravaged Georgia during Harry?
Sherman.
William Sherman is correct. Well done. For your bonus, in which Olympic sport would one use an épée, a foil, or a saber?
Fencing.
Fencing is correct. Well done. Next question. What region of the EM spectrum is detected by the James Webb Space Telescope and has wavelengths between those of Joshua?
Ultraviolet?
Ultraviolet is incorrect. I will reread the whole question again. What region of the EM spectrum is detected by the James Webb Space Telescope and has wavelengths between those of radio waves and visible light? Ethan.
Microwave.
Microwave is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was infrared radiation. For the next question, what artist of Madonna the Magnificat painted the aura of spring throwing a cloak over a nude goddess standing on a shell in Harry?
Botticelli.
Sandro Botticelli is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what surname is shared by the husband and wife executed in 1953 by the US government 2 years after they were convicted of being Soviet spies?
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg is correct. Well done, Metro East. Next question. Activist Angela Davis advocates for abolishing what institutions? The site of the Attica uprising in 1971, which also include Sing Sing and Harry.
Prison.
Prison is correct. Hold on. For your bonus, gluons mediate what fundamental force that holds the atomic nucleus together?
Strong force.
Strong nuclear force is correct. Well done. The next question. What man made a covenant of the pieces, pled with God to save Peter?
Abraham.
Abraham is correct. Well done, Peter. For your bonus, what Englishman described the sky above the city of Chandrapur and the extraordinary Marabar caves at the start of his 1924 novel, A Passage to India?
Forster.
E.M. Forster is correct. Well done, Mary. For your next toss-up, what gemstone is produced by the accumulation of the mostly argonite substance nacre at the site of an injury or infection inside Joshua?
Pearl.
Pearl is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what Belgian artist painted The Treachery of Images, which shows a picture of a pipe above the phrase, "This is not a pipe"?
Jacques.
Jacques is incorrect. Metro East, a chance to steal. Sorry, you guys are all out of time. The answer we're looking for was René Magritte. René Magritte. The next toss-up. What composer of a symphony described as Beethoven's 10th? Harry.
Brahms.
Johann Brahms is correct. Well done. For your bonus, most of the world's Uyghur live in what autonomous region of China whose capital is Urumqi?
Xinjiang.
Xinjiang is correct. Well done. Notably, Mulan did nothing wrong in Xinjiang. There is nothing that happened related to that region. For your next toss-up, in what novel are daily physical jerks compulsory for members of the outer party in Oceania, including Winston Smith, who is tormented Mary?
1984.
1984 is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what bird, which has the longest wingspan of any extant bird, is shot by the narrator of the poem, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner?
Albatross.
Albatross is correct. Well done, Peter. The next question. What British royal house, which the Jacobites sought to restore, included the king who lost power in the Glorious Revolution of 1688, James II? Harry.
Stuart.
House of Stuart is correct. Well done, Metro East. For your bonus, what Greek king of Epirus defeated Roman forces at the 280 BC Battle of Heraclea, but retreated from Italy because he suffered heavy losses?
Pyrrhus.
Yes.
Pyrrhus.
Pyrrhus is correct. Well done. For your next question, what mathematician discovered the union bond in probability and is the namesake of an algebra system that only considers the values true and false? Joshua.
Pythagoras.
Pythagoras is incorrect. Ethan.
Turing.
Turing is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was George Boole. George Boole. The next question. What country whose capital is on the Bagmati River has a non-quadrilateral flag and is home to many Sherpas, some of whom...
Nepal.
Peter. Nepal is correct. Well done.
It's a triangle.
For your bonus, what former Army major played by Alan Ritchson on an Amazon show and Tom Cruise in 2 films narrates the crime thriller Killing Floor by Lee Child?
Patton.
Patton is incorrect. Cisne, a chance to steal.
Morgan Freeman.
It was not Morgan. The answer you're looking for was Jack Reacher. Jack Reacher. I heard someone say Jack Ryan, which is, I think, also by the same author, but not yet.
I think so.
Listen, they're all the same. For your next toss-up, what hero ransomed an eye shared by the three Grey-Eye sisters killed Harry?
Theseus.
Theseus is incorrect. I'll reread the full question. What hero ransomed an eye shard killed by the Grey-Eye sisters, killed the monster Cetus to rescue Andromeda, and beheaded the Gorgon Medusa? Connor.
Hercules?
Hercules is incorrect. The answer you're looking for was Perseus. Perseus. Like the Percy Jackson novels. For your next toss-up, what taxonomic class, whose name comes from a Latin word for to cut into parts, is the largest known class of animals and includes ants and wasps? Joshua.
Insectae?
Insectae? Insectae is correct. Well done. For your bonus, along with Santo Domingo, what other national capital is on the Caribbean island of Hispaniola? So you guys are all out of time. Metro East.
Port-au-Prince.
Port-au-Prince is correct. Well done. And that will take us to our lightning round. The way our lightning round works is each team will have 60 seconds to answer as many questions as they can about a certain topic. Now, Cisne, since you guys are trailing this one, you guys get the first pick. Your choices are literary deaths, revolts in the British Empire, movie quotes, or starts with Q.
Movie quotes.
Movie quotes it is. Movie quotes. Given a quote from the AFI's Top 100 list, name the movie it appears in. 60 seconds on the clock, and I will count you down. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. That's incorrect. Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Forrest Gump.
Houston, we have a problem.
Apollo 11.
That's incorrect. Phone home.
E.T.
Rosebud.
Pass.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Saving Private Ryan?
That's incorrect. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Jaws.
You talking to me?
Pass.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Pass.
Go ahead, make my day.
Pass.
Rosebud.
Pass.
You talking to me?
Saving Private Ryan.
That's incorrect. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
The Godfather?
That is incorrect. And go ahead, make my day. You guys are all out of time. I'm gonna make an offer he can't refuse is The Godfather. Houston, we have a problem is Apollo 13. Rosebud is Citizen Kane. I love the smell of napalm in the morning is Apocalypse Now.
Best movie ever.
You talking to me is Taxi Driver. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up is Sunset Boulevard. And go ahead, make my day is Sudden Impact. So not too bad, Cisne, but now Metro East, it's your guys' turn to respond. And your choices are literary deaths, revolts in the British Empire, or starts with Q.
Literary deaths.
Literary deaths it is. Name the literary work in which these characters die. 60 seconds on the clock, and I will count you down. 3, 2, 1. Polonius, who is stabbed by the Prince of Denmark. Captain Ahab, who drowns.
Moby Dick.
Myrtle Wilson, who is run over by Daisy Buchanan.
Great Gatsby.
Lenny Small, who is shot by George Milton.
Of Mice and Men.
The title usurper, who is killed by Macduff.
Macbeth.
Sydney Cartoon, who is guillotined. Or
A
Carton.
Tale of Two Cities.
That's correct. An unnamed Arab man who is shot by Meursault.
The Stranger.
Randall McMurray, who's suffocated in a mental hospital.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That's correct. Mary Dalton, who is smothered by Bigger Thomas.
Native son.
That's correct. Lily Bart, who overdoses.
Pass.
I think that was the only one you guys passed on. So, Lily who overdoses. Lily Bart who overdoses. So you guys are all out of time. The answer you're looking for was House of Mirth. House of Mirth. Either way, well done, Metro East, on that one. Now let's take a look at our scores after the lightning round. We have Metro East on top with 385 to Cisne's 95, but there's still plenty of time to catch up in the back half. Back to our toss-ups. What group's song Don't Shut Me Down from their comeback album Voyage was co-written by Bjorn's Avias 4 decades after their song Dancing Queen? Peter. ABBA is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what particle discovered by James Chadwick consists of 1 up quark and 2 down quarks?
Neutron.
Neutron is correct. Well done. The next question, what head of foreign volunteers in Uruguay's civil war became the hero of 2 words after the Red Shirts expedition of the 1,000 helped unify Italy? Harry.
Victor Emmanuel.
Victor Emmanuel is incorrect. Alex.
Smith.
Smith is incorrect. The answer you're looking for was Giuseppe Garibaldi. Giuseppe Garibaldi. For the next question, what author of the story collection The 4 Million is known for stories with ironic endings like Ransom of the Red Chief and Mary?
Oh, Henry.
O. Henry is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what company, which provides co-working spaces, had a failed IPO in 2019, after which its CEO, Adam Newman, resigned?
Airbnb.
Airbnb, unfortunately, is not correct. Cisne, the chance to steal.
Lyft.
Lyft is incorrect as well. The answer we're looking for was WeWork. WeWork. For the next question, what is the most populous city that uses the Orca card, a transit card used by commuters from Tacoma and other cities along the Puget Sound in Washington?
Seattle.
Peter. Seattle is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what arm of the Mediterranean Sea lies between the Italian peninsula and the Balkan peninsula?
Aegean.
Aegean is incorrect. Cisne, the chance to steal. Sorry, you guys are all out of time. The answer you're looking for was the Adriatic Sea. And it seems like Harry might have known the answer to that one. I'll take us to our next question. What Southeast Asian country, which was ruled by the Chakri dynasty, King Rama IX, for 70 years, was historically known by the name Siam? Peter.
Thailand.
Thailand is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what type of blizzard that gave Buffalo 6 feet of snow in 2022 occurs when a cold front travels over warm water, such as the body next to Buffalo?
Lakefront.
Lakefront is incorrect. Cisne, the chance to steal.
Erie.
Apparently is incorrect. The Chicagoans are very familiar with this. It is a lake effect. Lake effect. Because every piece of weather that goes over Chicago is a lake effect. It's wonderful. For the next toss-up, what group of elements that include francium contains the elements that are most likely to give up electrons and is also known as group 1? Ethan.
Halogens.
Halogen is incorrect. Alex.
Alkyne.
Alkyne is incorrect. The answer we're looking for is alkali. Alkali. The The next question, what author who wrote about Texas Marshal Jack Potter in The Bridge Comes to Yellow Sky also wrote the Civil War novel The Red Badge of Courage? Mary.
Stephen Crane.
Stephen Crane is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what 1962 film, which features a match cut from a blown out match to a desert sunrise, stars Peter O'Toole as the title historical figure? So you guys are all out of time. Cisne, the chance to steal.
No answer.
The answer we're looking for was Lawrence of Arabia. Lawrence of Arabia. The next toss-up, what politician whose 6 militia members plotted to kidnap in 2020 defeated Republican Tudor Dixon in 2022 to be reelected governor of Michigan? Sorry, you guys are all out of time. The answer you're looking for was Gretchen Whitmer. Gretchen Whitmer. Next question. What ancient civilization whose city of Irakompolos has the oldest known brewery and was the capital of its upper portion developed on the Nile? Harry.
Egypt.
Egypt is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what South American country whose voters rejected a new progressive constitution in September 2022 is led by Gabriel Boric? Sorry, you guys are all out of time. Cisne, the chance to steal.
Argentina.
Argentina is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was Chile. Chile. And for your next question, pencil and paper ready. What whole number of 3-inch long wooden blocks can be cut from a plank that is 40 inches long? Harry.
13.
13 is correct. Well done. For your bonus, what play whose 2 parts are titled Millennium Approaches and Perestroika includes the death of lawyer Roy Krohn from AIDS and is by Tony Kushner? Sorry, you guys are all out of time. Cisne, the chance to steal.
Troinar.
That is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was Angels in America. Angels in America. Your next toss-up. What city holds many sporting events at its Maracana Stadium, is overlooked by Sugarloaf Mountain, and hosted Alex?
Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro is correct. Well done. For your bonus, the most common scale of electronegativity was developed by what chemist who wrote The Nature of the Chemical Bond?
Curie.
Curie is incorrect. Metro East, a chance to steal.
Mendeleev.
Mendeleev is incorrect. The answer we're looking for was Linus Pauling and the Pauling scale. For the next question, what play in which the dying Dr. Ronk attends a costume ball on the night that Nora leaves her condescending husband was written by Mary?
A Doll's House.
A Doll's House is correct. Well done. For your bonus, one of the grievances in the Declaration of Independence was what practice of forced recruitment of sailors into the British Navy?
Impressment.
Impressment is correct. Hold on. For your next question, in what European country did 2023 general strikes protest a plan to raise the retirement age from 62? Peter.
France.
Never doubt the French's ability to protest. That is correct. For your bonus, what literary character ultimately makes amends with his nephew Fred and becomes a second father to a boy known as Tiny Tim?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge is correct. And that is all the time we have for on today's show. So let's take a look at our scores. On top, we have Metro East over Cisne 533 to 105. So the returning champs seem to be picking up right where you left off. Very well done. That's all the time we have for on today's show. For our lovely contestants here today and all the people working hard behind the camera, I'm Ethan Neer. Thank you so much, and good night.